Всем привет! Продолжаем проходить Dishonored.
Admiral Havelock and Lord Pendleton are in the courtyard. I expect they'll want to congratulate you.
Мы видим, что на берегу нас ожидает Калиста. Скорее всего, она нас хочет отблагодарить за спасение своего дяди, Джеффа Карна. Что это? Неужели нам салютуют?
He's alive. Thank you, Corvo, thank you. My uncle's a good man, and one day he'll prove it. Here. I know you did this for the right reasons, but I want you to take this as a reward. It's an old heirloom one of my aunts gave me.
Спасибо, 100 монет лишними не будут. Прежде чем идти отчитываться, предлагаю заглянуть в катакомбы. Не в катакомбы, а в канализацию. Может, там что-то появилось. Итак, мы расправились с Кэмпбеллом. Дневник выкрали у него, в котором могут находиться сведения о похищенной Эмили. Его надо расшифровать. Так, здесь осторожно, здесь хрустак. А в нем, наверное, жемчужина. Ну, давай. Монет. Все, здесь больше ничего нет, бежим. Встречаемся с Пендлтоном, адмиралом. Ах, эти мелкие пакостики все-таки откусили от нас кусочек.
If this is going to work, we have to take down the Lord Regent and all of his key allies. You know that.
Yes. Hopefully the High Overseer is the first step along that path.
And we must find the girl, Emily. Poor thing. Who knows what her mind is like, being there when her mother was killed.
I'd imagine the daughter of an empress is tougher than you think.
Quite right. In any case, we won't get the Lord Regent until we weaken his base. All the pieces are in play. He controls the City Watch. Through Campbell, he had the religious faction. Someone is funding the military. And he currently has a majority in Parliament.
Yes, I'm aware of that. My brothers control the voting bloc for my family. I'm very much aware of that.
Sailors tell tales of monsters far out to sea. But I'll tell you, there's strange things in this river no one talks about. Lights in the water, late at night. I've seen faces, too. My pa always wanted me to be an overseer. If he could see us now. You did right, Corvo. Even as a faithful man, I can see that. Some nights, I'm glad I just paddle the boat.
My, there is something to you, isn't there? You went and spanked the High Overseer in his own house. I hope the tools I designed for you function to your satisfaction. The fact that I am standing here and talking to you affirms that this is true, in several ways. Can I be of service to you?
Да, покажи, что у тебя есть. Оптика для маски 2, усиленные доспехи. Арбалет прокачаем до конца. И эти чертежи, которые мы добыли в прошлой миссии. Усиленные доспехи и оптика для маски усиленная. Все, пожалуй. Где-то у него еще наверху в сундуке вроде бы есть, да, кусок руды.
inspiration is coming faster. My mind works faster at night than it does during the day. I'm being swept away, and I can no longer tell if it's
The serum
genius
is
or
not a simple formula.
madness.
It reacts to a wide
Coral
variety of
arrived
variables,
with some
light, temperature,
force from the
turbulence.
void
I
with
can
him.
see that Sokolov's mixture
Or
has
perhaps
a more
I'm more brilliant
predictable
than I even
nature.
supposed.
The Admiral was right in recruiting you. Nothing's been the same since the Lord Regent took power. But at least Campbell's gone and my uncle lived. Next time I see my uncle, I will not mention my knowledge of any of this. But he will wonder why I'm smiling. Someday he will be in a position to help you, and he will not hesitate. Just you wait and see. I feel hope.
Do you mean to tell me you don't know how to curtsy properly?
Please, sir. I was never in service with a noble.
That's not an excuse. You need to learn proper decorum. The Hound Pits has seen a few lords and ladies in its day.
If they were here, I expect they didn't want to be recognized, sir.
Never mind that. Lord Pendleton ought to be shown the respect he deserves. He doesn't require it, but he notices.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
But even so, have you forgotten we may soon be guarding a future Empress? You will be in the presence of the most important person in the entire known world, and you don't know how to curtsy.
But she's just a child. And she's not even here. No one knows where she is.
Well, our masters are just the people to find her, I'll have you know. Please learn your manners before then.
Уоллес занимается тем, что пытается построить местных слуг. Надо заглянуть к лорду Пендлтону.
Memoir, Chapter 28. Waverly, Waverly, Waverly. The very name sweeps one away. She came into our cold marble hall and brought light and warmth. She changed our lives forever. It was only later I realized she was a traitorous little weasel, like all the Boyles.
Размолвка в семействе Пендлтон. Кузина Анна. Морган и Кастис по-прежнему манкируют мной и не отвечают на мои письма. Прислуга говорит, что они уже несколько недель не появляются в особняке. Мои братья всегда были надменны и уверены в собственном превосходстве. Они и пальцем не шевельнут без выгоды для себя. Однако размолвка по поводу предстоящего голосования в парламенте зашла слишком далеко. Пока что полномочия лорда-регента ограничены, по крайней мере в том, что касается владений дворянства. Если же Морган и Кастис поддержат его, закон будет изменен, и тогда все мы, аристократы и простолюдины, окажемся в опасности. Умоляю, если знаете, где они, поговорите с ними. Лорд Тревор Пендлтон.
My father served in the field under General Alfred Pendleton, where he took the wound that crippled him. I hope I will do no less if called upon. Until then, well, there is plenty of silver to polish. For my master's sake, I do hope a finer vintage becomes available. Why did they select such a drafty building as a base of operation? I had hoped the Admiral was of noble stock, but I very much fear he achieved his position through merit alone. Does no one have any silver polish?
Sometimes I wonder if the plague is just going to go on and on and on and kill everyone ever, and it's the end of the world. Think of that. If the city watch breaks in, I know what I'll do. I know how not to be noticed. I won't be the one to give us away. I saw the Lord Regent once. He stood on a balcony and stared. Wouldn't even wave to the people below. All I ever wanted is my own little place. Maybe if the plague kills enough folk, one day I can.
Corvo's proved his abilities beyond question. It's not anyone who can walk into Holger Square and put down the High Overseer. And now we're faced with the question, could he be dangerous? Events are going to move quickly now. The storm's rising.
Дневник Хевлока. Запись 2. Мы не ошиблись, поставив на Корво. Он вывел Мартина из канцелярии Верховного Смотрителя, и больше того, он пробрался в самое сердце этого змеиного логова и расправился с Кэмпбеллом. Пока Корво с нами, мы можем дотянуться до любого. Что ж, выбор сделан. Обратного пути для нас нет. Да, неплохой у Хевлока иконостасик.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. You are reminded that assaulting a member of the City Watch has been made a capital offense, and guardsmen are authorized to carry out this sentence on the spot. The offender's possessions are legally forfeited.
А вот и наши друзья-товарищи. Развлекаются тем в ожидании нас, что стреляют по бутылкам.
You did it. Somehow you took down the High Overseer Campbell against the odds. I knew you were our man, Corvo. With Campbell gone, we've hurt the Lord Regent immeasurably. And with Martin back, we'll have the finest strategist alive.
The Lord Regent must be shitting himself in Dunwall Tower.
Yes, and Campbell's journal, let's not forget. Our hope is that in these encoded pages, the location and condition of Emily Caldwin can be discovered. Our entire movement will mean nothing if we can't place the rightful heir on the throne. We must act fast. No doubt the Lord Regent is holding Emily somewhere, waiting to reveal her, to step out as the hero and further cement his regency.
If he doesn't bring the young lady forth soon, there will be infighting among the nobles as to who should succeed the Empress.
Yes, time is against us. But now you should take a well-earned rest, Corvo. We will decipher the contents of the High Overseer's journal and share them with you later.
Пожалуй, мы воспользуемся предложением адмирала и немного поспим. Итак, мы выспались. Прежде чем идти к адмиралу, пробежимся по окрестностям паба, соберем всякие мелочи, послушаем аудиографы, поговорим с персонажами.
The Golden Cat, not as a patron, mind you. I designed some specialized devices for them. I kept the blueprints, if anyone is curious.
Don't. I brought you tea as a courtesy to a colleague. I won't make that mistake in the future.
I'm sorry, I only thought... Never mind what I thought. Thank you for the tea.
I have to get back to the Admiral. He has news for me.
I'm getting a frequency reverberation that confounds some of my experiments. I suspect there are some kind of empty chambers beneath this building. In a district this old, anything is possible.
Мне кажется, Пьера неравнодушен к Калисте.
Chapter 32. As yet I have said little of my brothers Morgan and Custis. Twins they are, and 4 years senior to me. Morgan is the larger of the two brutes by a slight bit. From earliest memory they abused me in every way. I'm not the first to claim their elder siblings were cruel, but my suffering was unique, I promise you. At the tender age of 5, they tied me to the crib and set inside it assorted vipers they had collected over several weeks. My howls and my breathing were muffled by a blanket, and so it was hours before the nurse found me, barely alive. I had kicked a few serpents to a pulp and others had slithered away, but not before I'd been bitten a dozen times or more on my legs, arms, and face. The wounds kept me convalescing for months while those two got away with barely a tongue lashing. Wallace! Bring me wine. Tomorrow I will regale you with the special gift they gave me on my 10th birthday party.
Довольно-таки странно, как он мог выдержать дюжину укусов гадюк. Не верится что-то.
You're lucky I keep you armed.
It is every citizen's duty to
This place would
report
fall
treasonous
apart in 10
speech
minutes
and
without me.
actions. The state
Is that
depends
so?
on you.
In any case, you can't dismiss me. I went through the books this morning and found 5 mistakes you've made.
Very well.
You're lucky I found them before the Admiral did.
It was a milkmaid who started it. She took ill one morning after her chores, but the milk had already been delivered. That was all it took for them to wall the place off. Plague spreads fast. My master had a very fitful night. No one sleeps well here. When they come to get me, they'll be surprised. I've held a sword before, believe it or not. Please pardon the untidiness of the room. I will tend to it shortly.
Хотел построить Лидию, а та ему ответила здорово. Молодчага. Так, посмотрим, что тут у нас в лачуге Самуэля. Аудиограф.
Hello. My name is Samuel. This machine was tossed into the river by the Admiral, but I fetched it. And it appears to be working. Let's see if it is. Test. Test. There we go.
Настало время узнать, нашли ли что-нибудь полезного в дневнике Кэмпбелла, адмирал и лорд Пендлтон.
Hello, Corvo. I expect Martin will be joining us shortly. I hate to start your day with such a strange matter, but the servants heard something last night, moving through the storm drains beneath the building. Most likely a weeper, the poor bastard. There's no hope for them once the plague gets that far along. Nothing more than a shuffling corpse full of sickness and insects, if you ask me. I'd appreciate you investigating, just to be sure it's not a nosy guardsman that's getting too close. Here's a key to the hatches. I'd send a servant down there, but they'd die of fear on the spot, I'm afraid. Maybe Piero can concoct some sort of sleep poison for your crossbow if you want to go that route.
Ah, hello, Corvo. Cursed weepers, roaming all over the city. This movement will have a cost. For some of us, it will be very high. I wonder, Corvo, do you have brothers somewhere? You left your family on Sarkonos to come here for the Empress, didn't you? There will be lasting consequences when this is all said and done. Make no mistake about that.
Да, нам поручили еще одно заданице. Слуги слышали, как какие-то звуки странные доносятся с канализации. Подозрения падают, что там обосновались плакальщики. Это больные последней стадии чумы. У них из глаз течет кровь. Они как бы плачут кровью. Вот поэтому их так назвали. По-моему, да, там плакальщики. Слышны звуки, как их рвет. Постоянная работа. Ага. Что касается лорда Пендлтона, он третий, самый младшенький в семье. Ну, мы же читали, слышали аудиограф, как братья старшие издевались над ним. Не мудрено, что он так их ненавидит. Плюс еще вдобавок отец лишил... Да не лишил наследства, просто практически все наследство, плюс еще серебряные рудники отдал Моргану и Кастису, старшим братьям. Конечно, Тревор Пендлтон зол на них и хочет им отомстить. Так, здесь две руны мы нашли. Так, надо вон как-то того плакальщика, он здесь за углом стоит. Незаметно снять. Так, сойдет. Так, живы? Живы. Выберемся мы. Тут где-то лючок в потолке есть. Лучше через него вылезем. Здесь еще одна встреча будет.
You went down there in the sewers? I thought I heard a weeper in there earlier. You're probably the bravest man I've ever met. Overseer Martin has arrived. He's with Admiral Havelock now. They want to talk to you. Dust here, dust there. Feels like the whole world is dusty.
Ну сейчас-то уж, надеюсь, нам скажут. Удалось что-нибудь узнать-то.
Corvo, I trust you remember Martin, an overseer before and perhaps again someday soon.
I owe you thanks for my rescue.
Indeed, you've given us a glimmer of hope, Corvo. Because we've gotten what we wanted from Campbell's journal. You've done it. We know where Emily Caldwin is being held.
The Golden Cat, of all places. A bathhouse for aristocrats. Little better than a cursed brothel.
But there's an unfortunate twist. It appears that Pendleton's own kinsmen stand in our way. The twins, Morgan and Custis. Not only are they controlling Emily, but they have the controlling parliamentary votes we so desperately need.
Yes, the Pendletons have to die. But most importantly, Emily must be brought here safely so we can protect her until the Lord Regent and his entourage have been dealt with. Pendleton's waiting for you on the dock. He's asked to brief you personally. I think it's best. Campbell's book appears to contain much more than we expected. He was blackmailing a number of highly ranked overseers. With the information in his journal, we will be able to manipulate the religious faction. The overseers will bend to our will. You've never been to the Golden Cat? No, I suppose not. Me neither, of course. Interesting. I won't ask, but the mark on the back of your hand. Are you studying the forbidden arts, Corvo? Never mind. We're all friends here. My neck still aches a little from the stocks. But I must say, you created quite an impression on the overseers during your visit. They are a nervous lot now.
Corvo, a moment if I may. Corvo, I've asked to speak to you myself. You see, I'm sending you to kill my older brothers, Morgan and Custis. They're horrible men. It's true, as you may have heard, cruel beyond words. Further, my brothers are close allies to the Lord Regent, and as long as they are in Parliament, we cannot gather the votes we'll need to stop the Lord Regent from further consolidating his power. These days, they're best known for exploiting their favor with him to cheat others out of their wealth. Let's just say that not every family evicted and quarantined for having the plague actually has the plague. I warned my brothers in every way I could. I really did. But they never did listen to me. They'll be at the Golden Cat tonight at their usual revels. They'll be protected by the City Watch, so it'll be dangerous. Now go. Please do it before I change my mind. A challenge, even for someone like you. 6 months ago, I was out at the estate hunting with my brothers. Custis and Morgan were always better shots, though one of them nearly killed me, all for a cruel joke. Strange. I never thought I'd be the Pendleton heir, you know. I never expected any of this. By the outsider's eyes, I'm going to drink tonight. It'll have to be now, I think. With Campbell out of play, they'll move Lady Emily soon. And in a few days, Custis and Morgan will be out at the estate hunting, and we'll never catch them. Strange. I never thought I'd be the Pendleton heir, you know. I never expected any of this.
Так. Тревор поручил нам еще одно задание. Убить своих братьев. А сейчас мы идем к адмиралу. В разговоре Калисты с Пьера она сказала, что он хочет что-то ей сказать. Что именно, сейчас узнаем.
Ah, you're finally back.
Excuse me, Admiral. I was delayed.
Pay close attention to your duty, miss. It will never work without Emily. And when she gets here, you will be her nurse and teacher. In a way, you're more important than Corvo here.
You mean you found her?
We have her location, and I'm sure Corvo will whisk her back here in no time. You, Miss Kurnow, are tasked with tending to the most important person in the Empire. Tend to her every need. Educate her. Train her in graces. Cut her meat, if you must. Do whatever is needed. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I were years younger, I'd be doing your job myself. Don't think I couldn't. I used to climb that rigging like a monkey. Wine's no good for a Navy man. I need a proper drink. You know, we met once, back at your old job. State dinner. You wouldn't remember. You were looking after the Empress. Ah, she was beautiful, wasn't she? A man sees funny things out at sea. The world's not at all like the overseers teach it. Not by a long shot. Give some thought to what you'll be doing when this foolishness is over, won't you? Anything you like. Just name it. It's taken some adjustment to lead a civilian organization such as this. In my younger years, I'd have just ordered my ships to fire on the tower, then dragged the Lord Regent to me. But a bright future does not lay in that direction. Once we've got the daughter of the Empress here, we'll be counting on you to protect her. Oh, what I'll do when I get my fleet back. I've broken a blockade or two in my time.
Что ж, адмирал сказал Калисте, что когда мы вернем Эмили, она будет для нее гувернанткой и учительницей. А из дневника мы узнали, что ее держат в борделе «Золотая кошка». Там же находятся и братья Пендлтон. Что ж, следующая серия обещает быть интересной. До встреч. Ставьте лайк, подписывайтесь. Пока.